Spidey-Fan, get ready for an epic Spider-Man video.
Hi Spidey-Bros, it's your friendly neighbourhood, the ultimate Spider-Man fan here. Now before I get into this video, I will say I did want to get into my insomniac suit for this video, but it's a bit cold. So this is my review video on Spider-GEDDON, all of them. Now I actually have read this storyline twice already. So if I actually miscue anything, I'll say sorry, but I'm only going to say what I thought of it, and basically part of what happened in it. So, yeah, this is my review on Spider-GEDDON, Spidey-Bros. So, basically I'm going to say, first of all, I'm not being funny, but this is by far one of my most favourite Spider-Verse storylines. I know it's called Spider-GEDDON, but it's the Spider-Verse, basically. So, basically it starts off with let's see, I'm gonna say this first. So basically it's basically from what I read. So basically Octavius is actually the reason all this drama starts off, because he basically tampers with the cloning tubes, and the inheritors trick him into thinking, basically by basically like all the Spider people get the signal that basically someone's tampering with the chips. It turns out to be Octavius, because he actually goes down into the cloning chamber, if I got that name right, after being reminded about Hydra. So he goes down to where he goes down to this room. So I don't know the name of it, I forget, but he fights Hydra, Gorgon, the guy with the sword, and then he heads down to the cloning tubes and basically wants to transfer their personality and data over. I forget what it was. I didn't really understand that part, but he wanted to transfer their mind and personality over to something. So basically, the Spider Army get the signal that someone's tampering with them. They head down, confront Octavius, and Octavius then works out that he was wrong, and then when he realizes that he was tricked by the inheritors, basically, I don't know what I don't actually know how the heck they did it, but they put a fake time on it where it said basically he was what was it? But he was tricked. They tricked him into thinking it's working whenever they originally just getting their strength up to get out of the tubes, because Spider-Man Noir goes to shit the tubes to destroy them, and Merlin breaks out and grabs them and takes the life out of them. Then they actually then all the inheritors come back, and then all the other Spider people actually escape into another dimension, and basically Verna and the inheritors need the Solus crystal to be able to bring their father back, Demos. Sorry if I said that name wrong, but that's what that's what I always call them. And basically like later on in the story, Spider-Woman actually I don't know how that worked out, but basically Spider-Woman comes into that dimension with the Solus crystal, and they get it off her, and the inheritors are family again. Sorry if I'm skipping any bits here, but I'm trying to remember as much as possible. But basically it is one of my favourite storylines now, mostly because of the fact you get to see Insomniac Spider-Man in this, I will say. And I also will say that I actually do love Tarantula's design, and I actually hope that Tarantula's design in this is actually, I actually will say that I actually am in love with this design. I think we could see Tarantula in Marvel Spider-Man 2 PS5, to be honest with you. I actually do think we could. But seeing the Insomniac Spider-Man was without a doubt my favourite parts of this series. Then again, that was pretty obvious to some of you. But yeah, so basically, the Spider Army they basically the old ones come back basically into other dimensions to grab other Spider-Man and their while they're in their crisis situations, like Spider-Punk, Penny Parker, Miles Morales, including Insomniac Spider-Man, and then you get to see the newcomers are definitely Insomniac Spider-Man, Spider-Man, the web singer, the cowboy, and then basically, and heck, you even get to see Gog again, who then takes one team back to his laboratory or whatever, and then they come face to face with Otto Octavius, who betrays them, and then there's a final battle, which I will say that I find funny how they do win the battle. Spoiler alert. They actually transform the inheritors into babies, if I read that correctly. So, out of all, so I said that completely wrong, Spidey-Bros. Just that there was a lot to read there, and with the way that my mind is, I can only keep up with certain amount of stuff. But yeah, my rating for this, I probably would. I'm gonna give it maybe an 8 out of 10. But I will say that my most favourite parts of this was seeing the Insomniac Spider-Man, because I actually like the art in this with that way better than Spider-Man Velocity. Like in this, the art was a tiny wee bit like City at War in a wee way, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe a wee bit different. And plus, Spider-Cop on the screen, and it was actually the game graphics. That was really cool in my opinion too. And I think we could see a Spider-Cop outfit in Marvel Spider-Man 2 and PS5. So yeah, overall 8 out of 10 for me. And sorry if I mucked up what I was saying, but I was trying to say the best I could. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this review. So maybe somebody's won't like this video with what I said, but sorry if I got mixed up. But there was a lot of parts here. I probably should have done it one by one, but I wanted to do an overall. But it was actually one of my favourite storylines now. Spider-GEDDON. So yeah, but not just because this one's in it, but I did enjoy the storyline too, especially since this one was in it. So yeah, other than that, Spidey-Bros, thanks for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed this review. And as usual, I'll see you Spidey-Bros as always in all of my next epic Spidey videos and vlogs. It's your friendly neighbourhood Spider-Cop, the ultimate Spidey fan, over on
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size. Catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man.